Hello guys. Okay, um, I'm gonna show you three very simple, very basic exercises just where you can start working in your with your footwork in order to get up, in order to set up right in the right place. This is mostly based finding the strike zone, but with your footwork actually moving, not adjusting with the arms. Um, it is very common. I mentioned in my last video. It is very common that the number one misconception or the number one thing that confuses people when they're not playing well is thinking that they're not hitting the ball well because something is wrong. They probably think like, okay, I'm not being able to control the ball. Is moving fast, or it's coming with a lot of speed. It's coming with a lot of spin. I'm just out. My timing is off because I haven't played in a while. Well, you gotta remember one thing, very very simple. Number one rule in tennis is that it starts from the bottom. It doesn't matter how good your technique is. If if you don't move your feet, if you're not in the right place, if you're not at the right distance, if you don't establish your strike zone and you hit it every time over and over and over and over, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're just going to be hitting the balls all over the place. So the number one thing you got to focus is, why do most people fail at that? Why do most people think that they're not playing well and it's actually the footwork? Why is that? Why is the footwork failing? Well, because the footwork is the part of the body that does the most work when we're playing. This is the one part that does most of the job, that does the dirty work, let's say, because you got to move. This is the one that has to get down. This is the one that has to jump. These are the ones that have to move to the side, forward, and react, change direction, and everything. And this is what gets tired. I have never felt tired of hitting, even playing 3-4 hour matches and thinking, oh my god, my arm is tired. Thankfully, there's probably people that has felt like that, but I never had that problem. I had a problem with my legs, feeling even like after, and I want to say, oh my god, my legs are hurting. So that's the one thing that you want to pay attention, the footwork part. Now, one thing that you the one tip that I wanted to give you, one way you can start working, it's just a basic thing that you're gonna start gradually moving forward, making it more difficult, guys, is you can, if you have a blackboard, you have a wall you can hit, it's just gonna do it with your hand. So what you do is you just toss the ball towards the wall and you're just gonna hit it with your hand. Two-handed, you're gonna hit it there, the same thing. You're just gonna be hitting that ball against the wall, hit here, and that's gonna force you, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna force you to move your feet, and get in the right direction, the right position. That's the first thing that is gonna the first thing that is gonna do is finding the strike zone. Because you don't have the racket, especially on the low balls, you're not gonna be bending over. You actually have to get down to get it with your hands. So the idea is not you trying to hit 100 balls back and rallying against the wall. It's just finding your strike zone and getting down, getting your knees used to go down, open your stance on the low ones, swing and get in position, moving towards the ball again. When you don't hit with your racket, you work 3 or 4 times. Your legs work a lot more, 3 or 4 times as much. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna move the camera so we can do the next one. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so another exercise that you can do that can help you is you're gonna be doing the same thing. You're gonna be doing the same thing. It's with your hands. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna be tossing the ball a little bit to the sides or a little bit forward. If I just toss the ball to my side and I can move in order to hit it, or to my forehand, and I have to move in order to hit it, what that's gonna do is, because the ball is moving away from you, and it's not like a regular shot that is coming towards you, even if it's coming wide, but this is something that is moving away, so that makes it more difficult. Let's say I'm here and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna toss the ball that way and I have to move and hit it, and I'm gonna go backhand now. Okay, I toss the ball that way, boom, and I have to hit it. So the fact that ball is moving away from you, you're moving in that direction, and the ball is moving in that direction too. Not just the ball is just in front of you, but it's it's moving forward. So that also forces you, again, we're doing that with our hands, and that's forcing you, that makes it more difficult to make contact. And you want to start real slow. Again, it's not going to be easy at first, but you want to start with that. You can do exactly the same thing. Once you get to do that, you can do exactly the same thing with the racket. You toss the ball, boom, and then you hit. You go ahead, you want to grab another ball, you can even go forward, here, boom, come and go. Toss the ball coming back, moving here, away, and hit it. So it's a very simple thing to do. Now, the last one is the most simple of them all. And this is something that looks very, that looks kind of, you know, like it doesn't really gonna help you a lot, but it will, because first, it forces you to move your feet. That's what we're trying to do. And the second one